Oh, we're live. We got another beer review for you. Turn the banner on. Here we go. We're the High Tide Imbibe. This is another classic, I guess, a revisit. Because back when I was doing the Hoagley beer reviews, I did this. This is one of my first ones, I think. I didn't check to see what year, but I could tell by where I shot it and the camera angle and the camera I was using and all that it was like within the first year or two of my reviews. It's very early on. This is the Garrison Raspberry Wheat. It's returned as a seasonal at 4.5% alcohol by volume. Beer with natural raspberry flavor, so I'm assuming like a puree of some sort in this. It has wheat and oats in it, isn't it? Or no, barley and wheat. There we go. Yeah, barley and wheat. The myth, the legend, the beer has returned. This North American style wheat ale has a refreshing natural raspberry twist. Make it razzy. Anything else? No. So yeah, I do remember that when I reviewed it on my channel, it had been after having a bad experience with this because I was so new to drinking craft beer that I didn't know what to think of a fruit beer, quite frankly. So it kind of turned me off, and it was something I had to get into. And when I re-reviewed it, I ended up liking it. And it was probably one of the first beers that sort of made me realize, oh, you know, you can go outside these sort of set in stone styles that I've heard of and know, stout, porter, red ale, stuff like that. No, here's a raspberry wheat beer. That was very exotic for me back in the day. And we're talking like 2008 or something like that. Not so much anymore. Not that I'm a big fan of wheat beers or anything now, or fruit beers. This is basically a wheat beer with fruit in it. So fruit beer, fruited beer, perhaps is the way to say it. You know, every once in a while, I'll jump back into one of these kind of things for a change. All right. It's pretty much a very light amber kind of color. It looks, again, the light and everything coming through it. It looks like a sunset or something like that, right? Not so much in real life. Well, the aroma. Raspberry is there. It's sweet, but it's not aggressively cloying or anything like that. I do get like a lot of the sort of mustiness from the wheat in this. Very simple. The raspberry doesn't smell particularly super artificial or anything like that, so that's a good sign. Seems to smell pretty much how I remember this smelling back in the day when this was. I think this was part of their core lineup for the longest time. Kind of vanished after a while as their core lineup. But yeah, this was part of their core lineup for a while. Cheers, good taste. You know what? I think this tastes pretty much spot on how it used to taste. I don't think they really. They might have tweaked like just a bit of the recipe. They might have changed a little bit, like where they sort of source their raspberry flavor. I guess is probably that might have changed over the years, but it's not anything super noticeable to me. Like the raspberry doesn't taste particularly super artificial. It's kind of candied a little bit in a sense, but it's not super sweet and cloying. It doesn't have like a tartness to it. And they filtered this wheat beer, right? Did they say that? Yeah, I could have swore they said this somewhere. Raspberry wheat beer. Okay, maybe they don't. All right, but either way, it does the thing it's supposed to do. The raspberry flavor is there. Like I said, it's kind of a little bit confectionery raspberry. It's definitely not doesn't have like a tartness, like a natural raspberry tartness to it, which I don't remember the old version of this particularly doing that either. So I think they kind of stayed true to what this used to be. Um, you still get the graininess and the wheat and the malt in this, which was a thing that I liked about it back in the day, where it's like, yes, still noticeably beer, you know. Yes, I am back, Jake. Although this review is probably going to go a lot shorter. Yeah, there's not much to say about it. It tastes good. It's refreshing. It's got that raspberry taste. It's not too artificial, not overly sweet, so it's probably not going to turn most people off. Body's ultra light. Does have some carbonation going on in the back. Finishes dry. Maybe a little bit of a almost clovey kind of finish to it to some regard. This is good. As far as fruit beers go, pretty good. Pretty damn good. Style-wise, $7.5, I'd say. It does a little bit more than the usual, I think. I think it's more just the fact that it still actively tastes like beer, and the fruit flavors are there, and they meld pretty well together. I think that's notable. Sometimes these things they'll go way too sweet. The fruit will totally take over the entire beer. It'll taste not like beer at all. This backs off from doing that. So, good on you, Garrison, for sort of keeping true to how this used to be back in the day. Jake Campbell, what show was Peters on with you before he got booted again? It was the Albino Rhino. What did we call that? Beer Dweebs United? Was that it? Beer Dweebs United, I think. It's on the Albino Rhinos channel. I cannot tell you what episode it was. You'll have to hunt for it because he was on one or two of them. But yeah, because I don't particularly associate with the Albino Rhino anymore, so all that's kind of in the past for me. I remember trying to find the episode, but couldn't find it. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't help you there. Do not know. What year would have that been? Fuck. It was a while back. Kind of just got to waste a day scrolling through those. Maybe that's all I can think to tell you, man. I'm sorry. He did say, well, yeah, he said a couple really dumb things, but the big one was the one where he thought that wheat beers, yes, like outlandishly dumb, he thought they put bleach in them. That's why they were called white beers or wheat beers, because they had bleach in them. He literally said that without a shred of irony in his voice, in his tone. No sarcasm, nothing. Just flat out from his dumb fucking head. Just spouted it like it was a fact. Yes. to this day, we don't. Me and my friends don't generally talk about him that much. We probably still talk about him more than we should, but whenever we do, that's the one of the things that really pops up for us. It's just like, remember when he said this shit? Remember when he said this shit about fucking bleached wits? It's like, oh man, I don't like those white beers. They put bleach in them. Like, fucking retard. Fuck me. Oh my god. I shouldn't say retard. That's ableist. Insulting to people who are actually mentally afflicted in that regard. Chris Peters is several levels below Corky from that whole TV show. 7.5 for style. Personal preference 6.5. I think it's a 6.5. Would buy again, but on a very rare occasion, because these aren't they're really not my thing. Jake Campbell saying his girlfriend is rumored to be fake. LOL. Yeah, I see a lot of that going around about that chick, and she's either fake or she's terminally stupid, one or the other. If she's fake, then he's really putting on a fucking act, because she's got social media accounts and stuff. So if she's fake, then he's posting as her or has a friend posting. I think she's just dumb. I think she's real. I think she's just fucking stupid. That's the problem. If she actually spent a minute with him in real life, I think things would quickly go sour, because he did have a girlfriend once a few years back who seemed nice and seemed normal, and I think he did the usual. He abused the relationship and used her, and yeah, what can you do? He's a shitty monster, that guy. To owner. At to owner. Good evening, by the way. Jake Campbell. She's just a female version of him, just as dumb and psychotic. Yeah, that's what comes off as, just like two weirdos found each other. And if they actually spent any real time together in real life, I don't know if they have, but if they did, I suspect things would go really bad for them. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting the @ symbol is there. To owner. Yeah, all right. You pronounced it right first time. Good job. Yay, me. Dementia is not quite set in yet. But yeah, the beer. Like I said, 7.5 for style, 6.5 personal preference. It's pretty good. There's a lot of fruit beers out there now. I know Garrison has a whole lineup of them. So this one isn't as special anymore, I guess, in some respects. And all the other breweries seem to have summer beer packs and stuff that are all like fruited wheat ales and things like that. And if you're into that sort of thing, plenty of options. But this is a decent one. So let's see. Love me a good wheat ale. You Nova Scotian too? Yeah, I am Nova Scotian. Yeah. I wouldn't go anywhere near him in real life. Yeah, no. I can't imagine he smells very good. Just the way he carries himself, the way he seems to be. I don't know. Where's the accent? Yeah, I don't quite have the. I don't have quite the Kate Brettoner accent or the sort of stereotypical hoser accent. I got a little bit of it, but it's not as prominent around where I am. You have to go more towards Cape Breton, honestly, to really get that sort of stereotypical Nova Scotian accent these days. I mean, I can still hear it a little bit in my voice, and I'm kind of deaf to it in a lot of ways because even what accent I do have, you don't really notice it yourself when you're speaking, right? But people have pointed it out to me that I do have somewhat of a East Coaster accent in there. Alt has Kurtz, whatever, nice fruit beer. Yeah, it's not bad. Ever watched Shameless? I watched the British version, and I watched clips of some naked ladies from the American version. Not bad. True. I'm in Sydney here, but moved from Ontario. Garrison Juicy IPA is my favorite. That's a good one. I like that one. All right. Well, I'm going to shut this one down. I got another review to do. I'll be back in 15 minutes, I guess. I got one more kind of legacy Nova Scotian beer. Well, legacy craft beer to do. It's turned out to be that kind of night where I'm revisiting things. So I got one more to do. And I'll be back, like I said, about 15 minutes or something like that. Thanks for watching, everybody. Cheers to you. Hope you have a good night. If we don't see you again, this is later. Bye. Catch you when you're back. All right. Take her easy. And bye-bye.